It is a miniseries that premiered on ABC in 1990 that's based off the Stephen King novel from 1986 of the same name. With the upcoming release of the movie based off the same book coming out here soon, I thought it'd be fun to review the original miniseries. And I also mentioned a similar thing in my review for The Dark Tower. Just a small disclaimer, I have not read the Stephen King novel. I've heard great things, I just not have read it myself. So I'm reviewing this just solely on the miniseries itself. So I have no idea if this is accurate or respectful to the source material, but I do know that I quite enjoyed this miniseries a good bit. This is not really a typical miniseries though. When you hear the word miniseries, you think of something like Band of Brothers or the first season of True Detective, like an 8 to 10 episode arc. This is just 2 episodes, and actually the Blu-ray I watched it on combined both episodes into essentially one 3-hour long TV movie. And that length is definitely felt if you watch it in one sitting, like I did. I think if you watched both episodes individually, it would feel a little bit better paced. But beyond the length, I found the miniseries, extremely engaging. This is actually a very interesting story that provides a good mystery and really good scares. Today in Hollywood, I really don't find the kind of stuff they put in modern horror movies scary at all. It usually involves someone who dies and then their demon or ghost comes back to possess something, and then it jumps out at you and it has lots of jump scares. I don't find that kind of thing scary. This movie is scary not because Hollywood thinks it's scary. It's scary because it's weird and it's different. The imagery in this miniseries is extremely creepy. Things that aren't supposed to move. Things that aren't supposed to be in a certain place are, and things that aren't supposed to be inside something are. For example, there's a fortune cookie with an eyeball in it. That kind of thing actually freaks me out. So I genuinely found this movie pretty creepy, which is impressive because I'm not too easy to scare and I'm not a big fan of horror. But let's touch on easily the best part of the It miniseries. Say it with me in 3, 2, 1, Tim Curry. For decades now, Tim Curry has proven he is capable of playing extremely eccentric characters, and he is so good in this role as Pennywise the Clown. His voice is insanely spooky, and also the laugh that he gave Pennywise here is so horrifying. I also have to commend the people who designed the look for Pennywise in this miniseries. He looks like a normal clown, but occasionally he goes in kind of creeper clown mode with crazy teeth and eyes, and his forehead is awfully large, but it just kind of adds to it. I think looking like a normal clown actually makes it more creepy. I have one really small nitpick about the design of Pennywise though. He has eyebrows painted onto his face, but you can clearly see Tim Curry's actual eyebrows underneath the paint with hair. I thought that was a bit distracting. Now let's talk about the other actors in this miniseries. The child actors, including people like Seth Green, a very young Seth Green, were actually really good. And if you don't know, the whole story of It is basically, it focuses on 2 storylines. You have kids who are terrorized by It, Pennywise the Clown, and then 30 years later they're terrorized by him once again. And I thought the adult actors of these kids were also very good. However, I didn't find the adult storyline quite as engaging as the kids. That's not to say it was bad, I just thought the kids stuff was a little bit more interesting in this miniseries. And honestly, I pretty much loved the first 2/3 of this entire series. And then the final act happens, the final confrontation between our main characters and Pennywise the Clown. And oh my goodness, did this miniseries completely lose me. The final act of this movie felt like something from a 1950s B movie. It was completely out of left field and I really did not like it. Now I get it, it's probably accurate to the source material and they wanted to put that bit in the miniseries, but miniseries, TV shows, movies, film works a little bit differently than a book, and some things don't translate very well from page to film. And I think the last act of this miniseries is a very good example of this. It kind of falls apart at the end. But in the end, I enjoyed the It miniseries quite a bit. It has lots of really good scares. Tim Curry as Pennywise the Clown is fantastic, and it's very engaging until it loses you at the very end. My final rating for this miniseries is a 7.5 out of 10. Have you guys seen the original It miniseries? Please tell me your thoughts in the comment section down below, and look out for my review of the movie coming very soon. I'm excited to see where that goes. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. It's been Parham from What Do You Know, signing off.